serve at 12th Baptist Church.
He recognized a huge talent in Martin Luther King Jr.
As the Kings said, both Coretta and Martin, throughout the course of their future, that 12th Baptist was their home church. Before I ran for the legislature, I talked with him about it. And at that time, there was some reservations among some clergy about a clergyman running for public office and this sort of thing. And he adamantly encouraged me, stating that it's very important that we have folk who are compatible to our mission and our struggle inside the legislature.
I covered that story for the Globe when Martin Luther King came to the legislature, and that was Michael's doing.
We invited him to speak at the Massachusetts House, which was the first legislative body he ever got an invitation to speak to. I mean, I look back upon it and see that he so excellently tried to implement the highest of the principles and standards that Jesus advocated for the here and now. And so that just resonates in my own life.
The University of Massachusetts, Boston, has a distinct urban mission. Our mission starts locally and it moves globally. Reverend Dr. Michael Haynes' work and the University of Massachusetts, Boston's mission are congruent. They mix well.
Mike Haynes has been distinctive for almost his entire life as a man who stood for the at-risk youth of the city of Boston. He's been a mentor, he's been a strategist, he's been an advocate, he's been a friend. That's a legacy we don't want to lose. And we are going to create in the Haynes Distinguished Professorship a chair for a person to carry on that tradition.
It's so appropriate that this chair will be at UMass Boston, an urban university right in the middle of the city, committed to urban communities and uplifting urban communities and making urban communities vibrant. This is where Michael Haynes' chair should be.
This will be a pinnacle for our school. You know, our heart and soul is local. He's known locally. This is like Joe, I mean, we're named after John McCormick, Speaker John McCormick, who lived right over there. We have a chair named after Joe Moakley, who also lived right over there. And now we'll have a chair named after Mike Haynes, who lives right over there.
When we're finished putting this together and it's finally created, and we can walk over to Wheatley Hall or McCormick Hall and see an office that says the Distinguished Professor Michael E. Haynes Chair, it will certainly mean that the legacy will live on, that justice will be done to his work.
This will be done in such a magnificently interdisciplinary way that it meets and fits just his life in such a tremendous way that we're so proud and honored that he said yes.
I see UMass Boston having a wonderful opportunity to be a strong and positive influence for the present and for the future of the city of Boston and Massachusetts. Michael Haynes' distinguished chair would be overarching into a number of different areas that touch urban life and succeeding in the urban life and making the urban community a better place in which to live. I have a very, very strong belief in divine providence. Even as I get older, you know, I've had times when I have my questions and my arguments and everything, but even as I get older, I look back and I said, man, that's a marvelous journey that God has allowed me to go on.